Hello, everybody. 'Tis I. I wanted to talk about estrangement and equate it to relationships I've had in the past. Growing up, my dad was an alcoholic and he basically became comatose and ended up going into a nursing home in his mid 50s because he was 6'2" and about 127 pounds. So he couldn't function without alcohol. And throughout my life, when it came to my dad and his drinking, that's all we ever talked about. How can we save him and what can we do and who's going to get through to him? And most of the time, it was me. It was I that was able to talk with him, be straightforward and say, I'm concerned about you. You should see the doctor and your drinking's out of control, etc. And so that's my experience with alcoholism in a nutshell. But when it comes to estrangement, similar situations happen when a child, an adult son or daughter, chooses to disconnect and kind of break off from the family. That's all everybody ever talks about. What can we do? How can we get them back? Can someone reach out and talk with them, try to reason with them? Can you try to get a grandma or grandpa involved, someone the adult son or daughter has looked up to, may listen to, or may, someone that may be able to reason with the adult son or daughter. In my case, my grandmother, maternal grandmother, was always the person that held the family together and said all she wanted was for everyone to get along and for everyone to have peace and etc. And so for the most part, everyone did. When she was alive, everyone got along, and because we all wanted a relationship with my grandmother, and that we gathered all the time. And my dad, when he was here, he was very close with my daughters. He loved them and spent time with them, and he was kind of like an extra dad for them. He just was just a joy. And so I currently in my life, when it comes to my family, don't really have I don't have anyone, as far as I know, reaching out to my daughters and encouraging them to possibly reach out. There's really, I don't think there's anyone that is going to bat for me. And so initially, when it comes to the estrangement, that's all people talk about. Where is so and so? Where are they? Have you heard from them? What's going on? Are they okay? And it's very similar to dealing with someone who's addicted to drugs or um, involved in activities that are wreaking havoc in their lives. So all I know is that when it came to my dad and his drinking, I had to go to Al Anon and learn that he was responsible for himself and I was responsible for me, and I had to let him go. And I had to set healthy boundaries between him and I. I love my dad. My dad was my best friend. But when it came to his drinking, his active drinking and his active addiction, I had to disconnect from that and say that, when you are ready, I'm here for you. And when he was ready, I was there for him. My daughter, we had my dad sober for a couple of hours at the zoo. My oldest daughter was probably 4, and he went through withdrawals, got him to the hospital, got him into a treatment facility, and then subsequent nursing homes. But I was there. It was one of the toughest situations I had ever faced. So I just want to say, despite the choices of others, we have to take care of ourselves. And we have to do whatever it takes to float while they're sinking. And they're choosing to sink, and they're choosing to be in that situation. And when our children disconnect, we have to choose to continue living despite what they've chosen. So I hope this helps, opens up my eyes a little bit more, and I'll be back. Bye bye.